Hello everybody, I'm Elizabeth, the Agri-Sciences Faculty Librarian at Stellenbosch University, and today I'll give you some helpful tips on using AI tools to assist you to read academic works. Before you start, always consult the guidelines from your lecturer or supervisor to see what is allowed or encouraged. If it isn't clear whether or not you can or can't use AI, make sure to ask the lecturer to get clarity. Secondly, make sure to familiarize yourself with the university guidelines or policies. These are both available on your library guide and on the university's policy page. To give a brief overview, however, Stellenbosch University has the following AI guidelines divided into 4 key principles: authenticity, accountability, fairness, and transparency. These come out of academic integrity principles. As part of these principles, you can see where AI can be useful in the different phases, and that's specifically in the ideation phase where you are brainstorming and planning and consulting literature. AI is classified as potentially useful. However, with any use of an AI tool, it is suggested to declare the AI used. An example of an AI declaration can be seen here. This is either provided by your lecturer or you can create your own based on this. It is good to track the system used, what it was used for, and why you would say the work is your own. As an example, stating that ChatGPT is the AI system used, it was used for brainstorming and providing the chat link for keywords for your assignment, used in the start of the assignment, and then consulting those keywords and recontextualizing them to your own needs and the assignment needs. In this way, the AI was used as a tool in the process and not the entire process, which is what the focus should be on. In addition to this, take note of some considerations around the use of AI tools. AI tools can create hallucinations which lead to misinformation. Information can appear genuine, but unless you have an idea of the information beforehand, you might not realize that that information is incorrect. Tools can also be time limited or dataset limited. If you are only using an AI tool to find information, be aware that this can also introduce bias in the tool in the information that it outputs to you. Adding to this, tests have been conducted that show that some of these tools don't correctly emphasize data points or interpret data points incorrectly, so again, bias can occur. Lastly, data privacy is a concern. Any data that you input into the tools forms in part of their dataset. That means that if it is confidential or sensitive data, you should not add it into these tools. So to round off the warnings, when you use any of these tools, interpret any information with a healthy dose of skepticism and evaluate the information within to ensure that it is correct. Secondly, if you are solely relying on AI to summarize, do read the information yourself to make sure the summary is reliable and correct. These tools are exceptionally useful, but some care is needed. For a full list of AI tools for higher education, it is good to consult the Itaka AI Tracker, which details each tool as well as its pros and cons and costings. This is available on your library guide. That being said, AI tools can help you with reading, summarizing, and synthesizing literature. Let's start with our first tool that we'll look at, TLDR this. It's a great starting point, and its name comes from too long didn't read. This means that it creates a quick snapshot or highlight of the article itself. Let's look at this tool further. On the tool's website, you can log in using your Google ID, and you can upload an item into the toolset. It creates different chats for different files. The file that I've uploaded today looks at the use of blockchain within the agricultural sector. As I've uploaded it, you can see that it says that the AI is reading the document and that the AI is creating the summary of the document. It opens up the document and then it creates a summary on the right-hand side. It gives you further prompt questions that you can ask it, that it will then also create further summaries outside it. You can also ask it more specific questions in the chat function itself. So in this case, I asked the AI, what was the methodology that was used in this paper? However, the tool was not able to retrieve this, but when I read the article closely, I could see it was a literature review. So do keep in mind there are limitations to each tool. Our next tool is ChatPDF. So ChatPDF lets you interact with a PDF through a chatbot similar to what we've seen, and you can ask it questions about the paper. You can ask it questions like, what's the methodology? Do the authors highlight any limitations? So keep in mind, it's only as good as your question prompts, so prompt very specifically and effectively to get a good understanding of the article. So let's look at how it works. Again, you upload the document into the AI software. You're going to use the same article here. The chatbot then creates an automated summary similar to what we saw. You can ask it then to summarize in detail, and then it creates a summary of each section with links to each of the ones that you can see. You can then prompt further questions. You can ask it more questions in the chat. This time I wanted to ask a very specific question about the limitations that are created for policymakers. And so I'm asking the AI tool to do a little bit of analysis here. And you can see it pulls out the main points that it saw as a limitation, again with links to where it is found in the paper. The next tool that we're going to look at is Scholarcy. This tool summarizes papers and also extracts it into specific sections. So you can use it to get a very detailed overview of the paper, including the essence of the paper as well as the analysis aspects of the paper. Let's dive into how it works. You can see the window looks already quite familiar. You can upload your document into it. I'm again going to use our blockchain article. You can already see on the left-hand side a preview of the different sections that Scholarcy is going to give you. It gives you a summary, it then does a further analysis, and then it shows you the original text as well for you to be able to read it within the tool itself. You are able to see an entire structured summary, the details around the article. It divides it into snapshots, key findings, objectives, and you can at each point see that there is a link to where it finds that in the article. You can even ask a further question, or you can go straight to the analysis, which it pulls out the different limitations of future works or things like that that were described by the authors. And then it does have the original text available for you to look at here as well. On Scholarcy, you can also set the level of reading that you want. So you can say you want it at a different level, so you want it at a researcher level or an undergraduate level or a high school student level, and it will adapt for you. This is quite useful, especially if you don't understand the concepts. Let's look at Elicit next. This tool is both an answer engine and an article summarizer. So you can either use it to do a search for papers on your topic and it will retrieve the sources for you and summarize them, or you can upload a PDF that you already have and also have it summarized for you. It creates its summaries in a table format. Note that the free version is limited in the amount of PDFs that you can upload as well as the amount of columns that the table can have. But it does allow you to do good comparative analysis between articles. Here we can see Elicit's interface, the answer engine side specifically, and you can see that you can drop your paper directly here. I'm going to use the same one. You have the option to add tags and things like that, but you can also ask it just to extract the information for you in an easily readable format. So it always builds it in a table format. You can see it's working on the summary, and on the right hand side you can see the possible different columns that you can add within the table. You can pull out main findings or methodology, the conclusions or limitations, and it's quite useful because you are able to get quick snapshots of multiple articles in one go. Lastly, let's discuss the general GenAI answer engines like ChatGPT or Copilot and their useful article summaries. Although these tools can help you with summarizing, they have been known to leave out major details in articles. So the best is to use AI tools that have been designed specifically for extracting information, such as all the ones we've just looked at. Do take note that many publisher pages and PDF readers are now incorporating AI tools directly into their pages. For example, Adobe Acrobat now has an AI assistant in some of the Acrobat Pro versions, which will allow you to immediately extract essence of the article similar to ChatPDF does. Here you can see also a screenshot of EBSCOhost's new database that includes a Create AI Insights button for every information item retrieved from a search. So keep in mind that many of these tools will now slowly be incorporated into different information resources. And that's all. I hope that this has been useful, and good luck for your readings.